Yeah, so this is going to be pretty quick. I just want to show you guys how to actually set up the sort of like locked room idea. So that if you want to include that in your game, it's not necessary, but if that's something that you want to take advantage of in your game, I want to go over the process for that. Because it's something that the game engine will kind of like basically do for us, but we kind of have to know where everything is mapped, which can be a little challenging. So let's say I am editing. I have this like room 2 where I have this like mouse character, and let's say I have like a door down here that's locked. So I'm gonna make a graphic to represent the door first, just so it kind of like looks like something, because the door itself is not like an item. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to tile, and I have a dirt tile and a tree tile. So I'm gonna add a new tile called door, and I'm just gonna make like a little door frame like that, and then I'm gonna draw it right there. Okay. Maybe I don't need that. Okay. So the tile is not really necessary, but it gives us like some visual cue for what a door can be. Okay. So then I'm gonna need another room for the door to connect to. So I'm gonna make another room real quick. I'll call this door goes here, just so it's easy to find later. And in this room, I will just add some trees, just so, you know, we end up somewhere. So I'll put some trees around, just so we can kind of recognize that this is where we're going. Okay, so I have my, I have an empty room here. Let's delete this. Okay, so I have my, okay, I have another room that I don't need. I'm gonna delete that real quick. Okay, so I have my room 2 with my door, and then I have my door goes here. And we can put a door in this scene if we want to kind of make it, make that connection clear. So I'll put the door over here. And so now what we want to do is we want to add an exit here, but we want to lock the exit. And we can unlock the exit in different ways, but the easy way is just to add a key to pick up. So I'm going to go to my exit and endings editor. And I already have an exit that goes from the starting point to this room, room 2. And so I'm going to add a new exit and ending. So I'm just going to hit the plus here. And I'm going to make this an exit. And we want to make sure, so it's kind of figured out what I want to do already, but we can edit this. So it's set up our exit and our return exit, or where this goes. And you can see it's basically guessed that our first room is room 2, and our second room is the door goes here room. And if I edit this, I can change this. So I can, you know, set up my exits and endings to do something else. I can go to a different room, or whatever, but I don't need to do this because it's kind of guessed correctly that this is what I want to do. But I do need to place the door in the room correctly. So I need to hit the move button and then match the door to the tile. Again, the visual door doesn't do anything. It's just a visual component that tells us kind of where to go to interact with this door. So then I want to place the door in my other room. So I have to open this room. I can click on it in the exit and ending, or I can, you know, move to it up here. And then I'm going to click the move and then click on the door here. And you can see it's kind of showing me where these doors go. And so now, if I go back to this room, and I'm just going to put my avatar right here just to make testing easier. I'm just going to walk down. And if I go to this door, it's just going to bring me out to this room. So that's the default door functionality. And if I want to lock the door, then I have to add a new property. So I can go back to my exits and endings. I'll stop playing the game first. Go back to my exits and endings. And here I can click on this little options thing, which is this like little asterisk or sun icon. And I can add a lock. I can also add narration. So I can add something that says like, you know, you've reached the door. But what I want to do is I want to add a lock. So I'm going to click a lock here. And this is going to generate this dialogue tree for me. And the dialogue tree assumes that I have a key item. The key item exists by default, but you may have deleted it or you may want your own item. So we're going to look at how this works with the default, and then we're going to add our own item in here just so we can do both. So this generates this locked exit 1. And so Bitsy created this. We can rename it if we want to. If you want to name this like room 2 to door goes here, you know, you can call it whatever you want. It just needs to connect down here. It should have updated this, but that's okay. Hopefully I didn't break it. We'll see it. If that broke it, that'll be good to know. We'll come back in a second. But anyway, the branching dialogue that it generates is it says, if we have a key in our inventory, then it says the key opens the door and we're going to go through the door. Or no, it says the key opens the door. It changes this and then the key opens the door. If we don't have the key in our inventory, then it just tells us the door is locked. So it stays locked. So if we run this again, and I try to go through the door, it's going to say the door is locked. And if I, leave, I won't be able to go through the door. Okay. So to open the door, we need the key. So let's add our key in for a moment. So I'm going to go back to my paint and go to item, and then I'm going to find this key item. And I'll put the key over here just to make it quick for testing. And I'll play again. So I'll go grab the key. So now I have a key and it says a key. What does it open? And I'll say okay, and then I'll go to my door and it says the key opens the door. Great. So now I'm in here. And now when I go through, the key is always gonna, open the door for me because I have the key still. Okay, so that's good, but what if we want our own item? We want a special item to open the door. So let's add a new item, and we'll call this, let's say we want, what else could open a door besides a key? What? Key card? Okay, let's just call this card, just to make it short. And we'll do a little key, a little card thing, and maybe, yeah, I'll just leave it like that. Okay, so now we have this card thing. I'll put this over here. And so now we need to update our dialogue to use this card item instead of the key item. So there's multiple ways to get there. I can click on exits and endings. I can click on exits and ending up here. I can just go straight to dialogue. Bitsy does a good job of kind of like connecting all these things. We just kind of have to understand how they fit together. So if I go to exits and endings, oh, see, it did update this. So that's what I would expect. So that's good. Okay, so if I go back to exits and endings, it shows me the dialogue that this door is connected to. I could, change that dialogue, but I'm going to leave it the same, but I'm going to edit it. So I'm going to click on this dropout and or pop out. That brings me to the dialogue editor. Again, I could just go straight to the dialogue editor. It doesn't really matter. But what I want to change here is this key. So if I click on this like little if key is in inventory, I can make changes to these properties just by clicking this drop down. So now if I change this to card, that's going to update that it's going to look for the card rather than the key. And there's other properties that I can change, like the number of cards or the number of keys or whatever else. But this will just update the basic functionality. So now if I hit play, if I grab the key, it says I have a key, but I still can't go in the door. So the door is still locked. So now if I get this card, it says the key opens the door. I should probably update the dialogue to match the item, but we can see the functionality. Now that we have the card, that works. So, you can use the default key if that satisfies your goals for the project. But if you have like multiple keys, if you have different things that you want to unlock different items, that's how you can kind of swap those in. So that's basically it for this demo. I just wanted to show how all of that stuff connects together and how to generate that locked door and also update the item. There's obviously a lot of other things that you could change or add in there, but those are just kind of the basics. So I'll stop the recording here.